Hey guys, this is John, and I'm playing Bocharov in the 5-minute pool on ICC. Let's play e5, e4 against Bocharov. Can't recall if I'd played this Grandmaster before. I'm going to check who it is. Dmitry Bocharov. Okay, let's go knight f3, and we are going to have an Open Sicilian. And it's Najdorf. You know, I'll play h3. Trendy line. I don't know much about the line, but doesn't mean I can't play it in a Blitz game. Maybe I have played this guy before. I'm trying to recall, but a lot of the Russian grandmasters kind of blend together before for me. There's so many of them. Russia has a ridiculous number of grandmasters. So black can play e5 or e6 in this position. They can also play that move too. Okay, let's go bishop e3 against that. I mean, maybe g4 is more principled, but I think this treatment of the position is fine. I'm going to put my bishop on c4, and it's a Dragadorf setup. Do I play bishop b3 or do I play bishop d5? If I play bishop d5, he kind of has to take it, I think. So knight takes d5, e takes d5. I get this nice pawn here, but it might come under attack. I'll just play bishop b3. I'll play it safe. I mean, he might have b4 and taking the pawn on e4. I'd really hate to have to play f3 now, but it might be necessary. Maybe I can play queen f3 and try to play the position like that. It's kind of artificial looking, though, and I don't trust it entirely. It might be all right. Let's do it. So if b4, I'm playing knight d5. If knight bd7, I don't know. I might have played. I'm not sure what I would have done on knight bd7. Maybe g4. Okay, so do I castle queenside now? Let's try it. Opposite side castling. Now maybe g4. Just so if knight e5, I can drop my queen back to g2. And I stay defending this pawn. Okay, let's see how this turns out. He can play knight c5, though. Knight c5, I'll probably play bishop d5, I'm thinking. Highly unusual position. Now he might take on c3, exchange sacrifice. What if I play g5, though, first? Then rook takes c3 can be met by take. Still, though, he still might do it. The way I played this opening is definitely asking for some punishment, but we have obtained an interesting position. What about knight d5 right now? Okay, let's try knight d5. If he takes with the knight, I might take with my bishop so as not to have this bishop blocked out. If I have to take with a pawn, then this bishop is fairly useless on b3. Plays e6. It's reasonable. Okay,
Check.
let's just take. And, okay, so he's saying that this pawn is hard to guard. That's true. I can take on e6 here. He takes, I take with my knight. Yeah, he has bishop takes e4 at the end, though. That just kills all of our play. Yeah, this is not good. What about knight takes e6? Knight takes e6, fe, bishop takes, king here, take. Gotta think that bishop takes e4 move at the end always hurts. Okay, I guess I'm reduced to playing this move. Just to pin him. Can he play bishop takes e4? If bishop takes e4 right now, I take on f6. He takes on f3. I take on d8. He takes on h1. He might be able to get away with it. Yeah, he decided he can. Huh. Trouble is abounding. Yeah, there's not enough I can do here to cause confusion. Purely going to be down in exchange soon. I'll take, though. I don't have any other good moves. Now, bishop e7, rook e8, take. Yeah, it's not good, but I kind of have to do it. I wonder if I had knight takes e6. Knight takes e6 actually might have been interesting. Yeah, because now he can play rook e8. Knight takes e6. He takes on e7. I maybe should have considered knight takes e6 more closely last move. Really, you're just going to do this. Very economical way to play it. Okay, let's take. Takes with this king. Okay. I really want to take on e6, but I know that's losing. Take, 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 take. King here. Take on g7, take on d6 at the end, but I lose this pawn. Can't really do that in good conscience. Okay, let's just do this. Down a boatload of time now, too. And just down a clear pawn as well. I actually realize right now that my usual microphone that I have is not plugged in. So I hope that doesn't affect the recording too much. Okay, I'm gonna go here. I don't see any other good moves. Yeah, he just retreats. I'm just down a clear pawn. I mean, maybe I can get my knight into d5 and somehow hold out for a little bit. If I can steer it into an opposite colored bishop endgame, I have chances. This is pretty tough, though. I'm not going to lie. Okay, let's just go a3. If d5, I can play rook here. Okay, let's do this. Bishop's coming into d4. Try to play c3 next and bring my king up to d2. Let's go. Yeah, I don't even know what to do. Okay, let's just go here. His bishops just dominate. Maybe bishop d1 is what I have to do. Try to trade. Yeah, this might give me some chance. Okay, let's take this guy.
Time warning.
I have a hugely backward pawn now. F3 maybe? Oh, F5 is coming. Oh boy, F5. Try to exchange pawns. It's great technique by him. He has all his pawns on the same color as my bishop, except for the A pawn, which could be there any moment. All the same, I kind of have, I don't know, some modest chances right now. Not really, but yeah, this is over, or resign. Okay, so pretty dominating display by my opponent. I think this whole idea of combining h3 with bishop c4 was not sound, and he demonstrated why. I have too many troubles with my e-pawn. Okay, actually I should say the idea with queen f3 especially was not sound, but I kind of felt like at this point after bishop b7 I had to do it. Let's have a look though. So I played h3 just kind of on a whim because it was recommended in that modernized book, the Open Sicilian, but I don't know what to do against g6. I don't recall reading that, though I'm sure it's in there. I kind of just skimmed the chapter. So, yeah, I bet g4 is like still critical, advancing this pawn, but I don't know. I sort of felt like more at home with the bishop on e3 and preventing knight g4. It reminds me of an accelerated dragon, except that he's played a6, which kind of does help him in some degree. b5, I put the bishop back on b3. So maybe here I do have to suck it up and play f3. I just really hated this pawn structure. I didn't like that. I wish the pawn were back on h2 because g3 is weak. So queen f3. Yeah, he castles. Okay, so the engine really hates queen f3. And I agree. I mean, it just seems with natural moves that black gets a good position. So here, castle. I castled, knight bd7. Yeah, the position is very easy to play for black too. g4. I was expecting knight c5. I thought that this would be played. And I was ready to sink something into d5, I think. But oh, actually, that just hangs this pawn, doesn't it? What about bishop d5? Still probably pretty bad. Knight takes, e takes, b4. Yeah, my coordination is pretty atrocious right now. So g4, rook c8. Here. It's pretty funny that I'm already like -1.5 at least in this position. And I haven't done anything like crazily out of the ordinary, I would say. I mean, yeah, I put my queen on f3. It's artificial, but that's a testament to how reliable these Sicilian setups can be for black. The fact that I'm just basically losing and we haven't even exchanged anything since the capture on d4 on moves 3 and 4. So I really wanted to play this move. Bishop takes e6, but as you can see, it's absolutely disastrous. Here, I mean, he can probably move his queen anywhere. Let's say queen e7. And if I take the rook, there's this move at the very least. Attack on the queen, attack on c2. Rook takes c2. Whoops, that's not a straight line. Rook takes c2 coming. So, yeah, the tactics just don't work in my favor. So I played bishop g5, but he can do this. Oh, yeah, queen takes e4 is possible, isn't it? Knight takes e4, take here. It's similarly depressing to as compared to the game, though. He can just take either way, and he's up material. Up a pawn. Absolutely no compensation for me. Yeah, so I embarked on this path, but the position is probably losing no matter what. So right here, yeah, maybe I should have tried knight takes e6. This would have at least been interesting. I only noticed it after I played bishop e7, but after fe, bishop takes, and then king here and take. I guess my bishops are kind of skewered on the last rank, aren't they? Oh, he can just take here. Then I'm losing a piece. Yeah, okay, never mind. Scratch that idea. When you have a suspect position, it's hard to make the tactics work. You can see, like, everything has gone wrong for me since I played queen f3. Like, nothing went right. It was just a complete domino effect. And the further down the rabbit hole you go, the worse it gets. And you have to trace the problems back to the origin, which was, I think, move 10, queen f3, for sure. So bishop e7. Yeah, I really expected him to just move his rook. I don't know what he was afraid of in doing so. I don't know. Maybe he wanted practice with this technique. He's like, oh, I can give back the exchange and still win this. Probably not. I mean, he must have had some reason to allow me to win back the exchange. I think maybe the best position I got is when I was semi-blockading the e4 and d5 squares, but it wasn't anywhere close to being able to draw. You can see I'm solidly -2.5 or 3 right now. Good technique in the endgame for him. Actually, okay, so for a moment it was under 2. It was under -2. Okay, bishop c2 is decent here. Attacking this pawn. If d5, rook d1, and we still have hope. Here, take. This is kind of similar to the game, though. b4, yeah. I could see why I might need to play b4 sooner or later. Otherwise, I'm suffering with a backward pawn, and it's basically like I'm down 2 pawns then. Yeah, and the rest was misery with no time on my clock and probably a losing position, too. But extremely restrictive, this entire pawn chain. My bishop has no scope. This is a backward pawn. I'd be surprised if black couldn't win this, but I guess it is possible. I mean, some strange stuff happens sometimes in opposite color bishop endgames. Lots of fortresses are possible. Yeah, I think d4 was a good move, good breakthrough.
Check.
And then b2 is falling, f2 is under attack. My entire position's collapsing. So I resigned. So, okay, I'll have to look this line up in the book. Pretty clearly I didn't play it the best way. If I could go back and change one thing about this game, I would play f3. And just accept the fact that I played this weakening move, h3, and reliably defend my e-pawn instead of with the queen, which is very tenuous at best. So, alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this Blitz game, and I'll be back tomorrow with another one. Apologies in advance if the audio is kind of weird on this one. Like I said, I don't have my regular microphone plugged in for some reason. So, alright, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.